Hey, Fuzzy here. Today I will present my record collection from one of the most important bands for me, ANVIL. This will be albums from the band's early classical period when they were recorded with the original lineup, Lips, Roadrunner, Dave Allison and Ian Dixon. ANVIL is a Canadian heavy metal band from Toronto, Ontario, formed in 1978. The band is cited as an inspiration for many famous heavy metal groups including Megadeth, Slayer and Metallica. So let's get started. Hard and Heavy, the first studio album to be originally released independently under the band name Lips. 10 great composition played with great passion, still influenced by hard rock, including a cover of Rolling Stones' Paint It Black. Here I have Canadian edition by Attic Records, debut album Hard and Heavy. Next one, the second studio album, Metal on Metal, is pure heavy metal, even speed metal, released in 1982. The producer was the legendary Chris Tsangarides. An album often referred to as the band's best work. It is here that the band defined the sound that has been their calling card ever since. Attic Records European edition, made in Germany. Metal on Metal. And now Make It Up To You single. There were 7s with different songs and a 12. Here is 12 inches with tracks Make It Up To You, and on B-side Metal on Metal and School Love. Here European Attic edition, made in France. And another year and another album, Forged in Fire, again produced by Chris Tsangarides. The band's sound, while still fast and heavy, is tighter. Awesome album. I've got European edition by Attic, made in Germany. And European edition made in France. Made in France. ANVIL, Forged in Fire. After Forged in Fire came Turmoil with the label and a longer recording break. In 1985 we get Backwaxed, a compilation which features on side 1 music recorded during the session for previous albums and unreleased, and on side 2, 5 previously released tracks. The band didn't even no was being released until they found it on a rack with records. Here I have European edition Roadrunner records, Viper, made in Holland. After the label change, Strand of Steel was released in 1987 by MetalBlade Records. Unfortunately for the bands that ANVIL had inspired by came to the top, thrash metal reign supreme. And for me, Strand of Steel is a very successful and maybe even their best album. I've got European press by MetalBlade Records, Roadrunner, made in Holland, and American press by MetalBlade, Enigma, Strand of Steel, 1987. And a year later, MetalBlade release next ANVIL's album, Pound for Pound, a strong, concrete album. Anyone who was ever liked ANVIL will like this one too. Here, American edition of MetalBlade, Enigma. Pound for Pound, 1988. And finally, at the end of this presentation, we have an album recorded live in San Pedro, past and present live in concert. Genuine passion and raw energy, as this is the band's only official live album. Having it is mandatory. I have European edition by MetalBlade Records, Roadrunner, made in Holland. And then the label change, the most of all the departure of Dave Ellison, who was replaced by Sebastian Marino on 1991's Worth the Wait. We have ANVIL's romance with thrash metal, after which the band fell silent again for several years. Perhaps not everyone noticed the fact that all ANVIL album titles consist of 3 words, with the first and the third words starting with the same letter. The exception is the Backwaxed compilation. Well, for me the ANVIL is a cornerstone in the foundation of heavy metal and deserves a spot in every collection. And now my personal ranking of favorite ANVIL records from the classic period. I would like to point out that I love each of their albums absolutely and immensely. I'm doing it for fun. Write in the comments what do you think about this order. 5th place, Pound for Pound. 4th place, Hard and Heavy. 3rd place, Metal on Metal. 2nd place, Strand of Steel. And 1st place, Forged in Fire. Please feel free to write what you think about this great band and what are your favorite albums. Greetings to everyone and see you soon. Cheers!